Let me tell you about the most painful and expensive mistakes we make in relationships, friendships, and just career. It happens when we meet someone, a friend, a partner, a boss, anyone, okay? And we see what they could be, the potential, the promise. We imagine how their life, their future could be so much more different if only they just stepped in and did something. And then we invest. We pour out all our energy, our love, our money, everything. We stay through the disappointment, the repeated patterns, the constant broken promises. We stay through everything. We stay not because we're in love with who they are, but we're in love with who they could become. Today, I need to tell you something important, and that is to not confuse potential with reality. It feels like faith, like loyalty, like love. We see a better version of them, like the attentive partner, the committed friend, the reliable employee, and we manipulate ourselves into thinking that that version of them is somewhere deep inside them. And we believe that that version is hidden somewhere in them under all that inconsistency and broken promises. But here's the truth. Potential is not a promise. It's just a projection. When you fall in love with potential, you don't fall in love with the person. You fall in love with a fantasy. And that fantasy is sustained entirely by you, by your hope, by your own efforts, by your own imaginations, by your own everything. Meanwhile, reality is happening right now. The reality of the behavior you're receiving, the reality of the patterns that keep repeating, the reality of the things that they do when no one's watching, when they have no motivation and no one's pressuring them. You cannot build a life with potential. You can only build a life with reality. When you confuse potential with reality, it doesn't just cost your time, it costs your life, okay? And these are the four main things that you lose. 1, you lose the present. Okay, you spend all that time, day and night, waiting for that potential to arrive, waiting for that person to finally change. But in reality, you're waiting for something that might never actually happen. 2, you lose your standards. Every time you accept reality while clinging onto potential, you are slowly lowering your standards. You are teaching yourself that your needs are negotiable and love means waiting. And the more you wait and wait and wait, your standards don't just drop, they dissolve over time. 3, you lose yourself. To fully sustain your fantasy, you need to completely ignore your discomfort. You need to completely ignore your intuition. You have to become smaller, quieter, more patient. Okay, because in reality, you're thinking that, oh, your relationship with potential is completely fine. But no, it's not, because your relationship with potential is actually a relationship with your own self-betrayal. You miss the person who is actually available. While you're waiting around, waiting for this person to come, waiting for that to happen, waiting for all this, you might overlook someone who's actually waiting for you, someone who's actually available for you. This person could be showing up for you every single day, doing everything for you actually, and you don't even realize it because you're too busy with your own fantasy, with your own potential to realize what's actually right in front of you. This confusion is not loyalty, it's a prison, and the only sentence is you. So how do we break this pattern? How do we get rid of this fantasy while staying open to other potentials? Step 1 is to make 2 lists, okay? The first list will be, their behaviors, their actions, and what they do, okay? And the second list will be what you hope for them to do in the future. The first list is reality. The second list is potential. And you have to make your decisions based on the first list. Step 2 is to ask the if nothing changed test. Ask yourself, if this person never changed who they are from right now, would you still stay with them? Not for 5 years from now, today. Okay, and if your answer is no, then you're staying with potential, and potential is not a contract. Step 3 is to set a timeline for reality. Okay, just set a timeline, 30 days, 90 days, 2 weeks, just for reality to settle in. Don't explain anything, don't try to intervene, just stay there, just watch, observe, and just slowly collect data. Step 4, love is what is, not what it could be. This is the deepest shift. Okay, because true love is not loving someone for who they will be in the future. It's loving them for who they are now. Okay, so if you find yourself saying, oh, I love them, but I don't know, you need to stop. Okay, because you saying but is reality actually trying to break through this fantasy of yours. Now, before we close this video, I want to turn the mirror. Okay, because this doesn't just affect you or someone else, it affects everyone around you. We fall in love with our potential, who we could be someday, who we'll be in the future, someone who will exercise every day, someone who will create content, someone who will do this, someone who will do that. We live in that future self, but we neglect the person that we are right now. But your life is not happening in potential, it's happening in reality. The person you are today, with all your flaws, your fears, your unfinished projects, unfinished duties, that is who will create the person you want to become in the future. So stop waiting to become someone else. Your future self is you being able to honor the reality of how things are currently while slowly and gently building yourself towards the person you want to be in the future. Releasing the confusion between your potential and your reality is the hardest but most necessary things you can do. You can stay and love what is, or leave and grieve with what could have been, because either way, it's up to your choice at the end of the day. Where in your life have you confused potential with reality? Name it in the comments below. And if this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more ways to rebuild your life.